Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the mods from yesterday. A lot of updates, a lot of mods and 3 maps. I did the Saxlingham map tour. Saxlingham is out. I know a lot of people have been waiting for that. These are the mods, and then I'll go into the 2 map tours, assuming of course giants don't drop more stuff today. We'll see. I'll try and keep up as best as I can. Lot of updates. One that won't be showing that popped up after I'd done my prep anyway is the K&S fertilizer by Lism. We've got a few maps. Fraunstetten by Yogi. A new save game is recommended on that. Some of the changelogs on these are huge. You'd have to go in and have a look because it's too much to read out. One Allow Farm by MS Modding says a new save game is required. Wompsville, New York by D-Tap Gaming Star Spangled Mods. That says a new save game is required. Nordermarsh Reloaded by Ellis Schleswig Holstein. That says it's not required. We're right, yes. Iowa Plains View by Celabuki. That says a new save game is not required. And then Star Valley by Truck 69, a new save game is required. So there you go, a new save slot save game. Then we've got the Schwartzmuller Dumper by Smetty. We've got the Bridge Pack by Biggins. CaseIH 4400 Series Corn Headers by Jolly Farms Modding. SDF Open Field Pack by AZ Bunker. Self-Made Trailer by Druid 04. The Flegel VFW 14000 by MW Mika 3615. The Liebherr Mobile Crane Pack by Ross N Mods. The Liebherr R960 by Kenny 456. Flegel Timber Runner Pack by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau. The Kramper SKS Pack by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau. Silo Pack by Missy B Volcan 95 GMME. The Volvo FH16 South American by Farm Centro Sul Lewis 73 Sound. Yes, that was right. The Safety Weight by Buying Gamers. We got the Timbered Houses by Farmerfivetom. Rudolph Herman Silo by Missy B. Field Storage by Missy B. Namiso Maricel Pack by JMZ. We've also got the JCB Fast Track 4000 Icon by Ross N Mods. The Brantner DD 24070/2 XXL pack by Alex L 353 Modding. The Grain Flake and Porridge production by Kygo Modding Gaming Gonzo, I think it was, and then the Renovated House by Gamer HZSFSH. Sorry, it's a lot. I know some people switch off at this point. That's fine, but those are all the updates. So as far as the mods go, then we've got a lot of these as well. Let's crack right along. In front of me, we've got the GDR metal mesh panel fence by Bartmann. We did have yesterday, for the second time, popped into the Modhub, the increased capacity pallets, and that got taken away again. That's the second time that's happened, so we'll see. But anyway, GGR metal mesh fence, panel fence, 3.8 megabytes download and 3 slots. You'll see in front of us. This has 2 options on the segments. We got the mesh fence, and then we got the gate reversible, so you can pick which way it opens, towards you or away from you. Build mode, fences, just there. And you'll see, as is always the case, go to place it, that's the fence. Change segment across on the D-pad, that's our gate. And then we can switch the direction on that by pressing reverse. There you go. Straight off the bat, the GGR metal mesh panel fence. Next we've got this. This is the Southern Brazil Wood House by Gian FS. 17.72 megabytes download. Under farmhouses, 6 slots, 11,000 to purchase. You can go inside this. Little bit of detail around the outside as well. Raised up as well. We go into the building. Just here we do have a light switch over the side here. As you can see, bathroom facilities, shower, etc. just in there. And this from here, we've got a sleeping wardrobe trigger just there. No customization options on this. It comes as is, as like I said, it is under farmhouses. Nice bit of smoke. I do like the animations. Adds a little bit of extra immersion to them. Next up, we've got this, the wood cow barn. This by A2OK, 20.37 megabytes download, 19 slots. It is 15,000 to buy, 35 animals, and it is 35 animals fixed. There's no extra pasture on this. Build mode, animal pens, cows is where you'll find it. Dialogue box at the front here for our 35 cows. Really nicely made and detailed, this one, actually, I have to say. All the little gates and stuff open. Triggers for feed and bedding, etc. are all inside us. All this detail, like the pipes and taps, and yeah, very nice. What I will say is It looks like there's a light switch there, but I couldn't get a light switch to come up for that. It looks like there's lighting upstairs as well, so I'm assuming the lighting is automatic because I haven't had anything else come up. But there you go. It's nice and made detailed. Milk point round the back there. This one didn't have a slurry point, if I recall correctly. Yeah, if I come into here, come down to our animals and the wood cow barn. Yeah, slurry, no liquid manure tank nearby, so maybe you'd have to put one in to get one. But it's saying there is manure, so I'm assuming the manure will pile up. Let me just check on the notes for this. An old cow barn, an old barn converted into a stable that can accommodate 35 cows. That's it. So I assume there'll be manure because it's showing there may well be. Anyway, there you go. That's the wood cow barn. Next, we've got the old stables. We've got a few in this pack. We've got that with it as well, not that with it. That's a separate mod, but I'll show you. So, old stables, 21.41 megabytes download. This by modding association Katsuo, as is the next one. It'll make more sense in a moment. 8 slots, 79,500. 28 plus for cows. There's also 7 slots, 79,500. 48 plus. There's a sheep one. So there's a cow one and a sheep one. And then also a separate mod. I'm not sure why it's a separate mod and not in this as a kind of pack. We've got the old shed. 12.4 megabytes download, 6 slots, 59,500. Also by modding association Katsuo. It's exactly the same building, just doesn't have the animal pen stuff in it. So I'm not sure why they would put out separate mods and not just part of a pack, but I guess that's just the way these things go. If we come into build mode and we go to our cows, you'll see just there 79,500. There's no customization options as far as colour or anything goes, but you can customize the pen size and then put the meadow grass in if you want to. And if we go across to our sheep, there's the sheep one just there. I didn't put sheep one out. It's exactly the same. It just doesn't have the 0.4 milk or slurry because it's sheep. It'll be wool pallets, or if you've got goats, there'll be your goat milk. And then, like I say, that's one mod. If we come out of there and we come to our sheds, the shed one, you'll see there, which I've put one out as well. It's exactly the same building. Again, no customization options. It comes as it is. So I've got one of the animal pens, one of the sheds, and you'll see here, milk point is just there. Slurry point is just there. Dialogue box is actually inside the building, a little bit further in, just there. Be careful of the gates, is what I'll say. They're rather fast. And I stood the wrong side of it, and it actually pushed me through the wall into the next building, next part of the building. So just be warned. Triggers and things for feed, bedding, inside. Nice and made and detailed building. Got a little door through to the other side here, isn't it? So you can walk on through to the other side. Yep. Now, oh yeah, light switch is right over on the side. There we go. Turn on our lights. There you go. And like I say, around the back is the shed version, which is exactly the same. Now, what I found was a curiosity. I didn't actually look up at that one. Is up here, look. You got that chained bit up there. So you've got like a hayloft up there. Now, sometimes on mods, you'll have a bit you get to and it will say ladder or whatever. I haven't found anything anywhere for that. If we come out the end of the building, it is on the other one as well. You've got that there, but there's no option for a ladder. That's going to be a telehandler job if that door opens, but it's going to be a bit of a game getting stuff up to it because that is actually very, very high. Anyway, that's the old stables and the old shed by modding association Katsuo. What I'm going to do is jump to this one. Since we're here and we've got some cows, we might as well look at this one while we're here. This is the Siloking SelfLine Premium 2215 4.0 premium anyway, by Hispano. 30.36 megabytes download, 15 slots, self-propelled mixer wagon, feed wagon. It's one of the modern ones. That always reminds me of the new London buses. It's got that sort of shape and style to it, which is quite cool. Some customization options for colour, 22,000 litre or 200,000 litre. So if you want to do a low total mixed ration, you might want to use this. Great with the self-propelled ones. You can actually pick up from the ground. You can pick up from piles of straw, grass, etc. I did test this because on older versions of these types of things, on previous versions of the game, you could actually like eat into bales. I tried it and I couldn't get it to work. on the bale I used, I mean, like I say, it might work for you, but it didn't nibble away at the bales. But that should nibble away at loose material if you want to use loose material to put into it. This you will find under our forage mixers, and it's just there. 204,500 for the base unit. We have got window tinting 0, 25, 50, 75, 100%. Complete blackout. 22,000 litre or 200,000 litre, as I already mentioned. If you don't want to go for the Unreal, stay on 22, that's fine. Main colour does all of that. Design colour does all of that. Next design colour does, I'm going blue, doesn't matter. All those bits there, around the cab and a bit underneath, bottles and tanks and stuff. Engine grid, let's go, will it stand out? Probably not. Let's go green. There you go, does your engine grids. Fenders, we can change the colour of those as well. Let's go red on those. Fenders changed. Rear view mirrors, we can do those as well to mix and match with whatever we're doing, or just go, you know, go mad, it's up to you. Rim colour, license plate option on there as well. Now, let's hop in, start it up. There's our lights, nice light bar on the front there, I do like that. We do have tip side, we can turn on the mixer wagon. That'll be mixing inside. We've got tip side left or tip side right. And then we've got raise crane arm and extend crane arm. That is for the mirrors. So if we do that, sorry, that one there, and that, there's that mirror. That one you can't see. But if I do that, there you go. Now you can see that mirror moving, there you go. So you've got the option for that. I like all the joystick work, it's very cool. So we've got the option to open and close that. Like I say, if you're eating in real life, if you've got a silage clamp and your silage, you're gradually nibbling away at your silage clamp, you would just bring that up and down and nibble away at your silage clamp, but that will pick stuff up, loose piles and stuff as well. But this does have the option to turn it on and off, to fold or unfold the mixer wagon. It will come like that, folded, but to actually use that front bit you need to unfold it and it will do what you need to do. If we back up into here, we should get the option to unload some feed. There we go. Can't remember what tip side I picked. There we go, that side there. Doing the job it was intended for. So there we have it. That is the Siloking SelfLine 4.0 Premium 2215-22 by Hispano. Next. We've got through here, around the back somewhere. What doors have I got open? We have got the large pole barn. 5.13 megabytes download. 9 slots, 1,000 to buy. Customization option is colour by FSG Modding FSG DaVaR. And this is under Constructibles, as you can see. This is what it looks like now. I'll show you one so you can see the colour option. Come over to here. There you go. Cement bags are required. I can't remember if it says in the description all the things that are required. Wow, 30 different colour options, 5 different building states available. State 1, state from frame to finished pole barn. State 1, 31 grand, state 2, 45 grand, state 3, 65, state 4, 95, state 5, 95, sorry, 90, 95, daily upkeep 15. So build mode, and this was there. Was right, wasn't it? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, so it's in both locations. Right, let's show you it here. That would make more sense. Right, so you can have it as a constructible or you can have it under sheds. I'm glad I looked in here. I wasn't sure what was going on. So there we go. There's our pole barn. Customization option. So pole barn state 1, state 2, state 3, state 4, state 5, back to state 1. So you can place it like that and then change them if you wanted to. And then colour option, depending on what state you've gone for example that. Colour option, let's go that, and hang on. Let's go yellow for example, there you go. There's your pole barn colour if you choose it. So they're the various different states. We come out of there and we go to I found on Constructibles first of all and thought, oh, that's pretty cool. There you go. So under Constructibles, it's only £1,000. and you can choose your colour as we've already seen, but then when you place it, it will place like the one we've got on the ground there to be constructed. I actually say I think I prefer it as a constructible. You will get those stages as it builds, won't you? I guess, but again, that's your choice. Of course, that is the large pole barn. Next, we've got stables without fences. I know I use this joke all the time. It's like doctors without borders, you know, but in this case, stables. So this, I'm not going to show you all of them or read them all out. This is by Farmerfivetom. It is 21.86 megabytes download, and I've put various for slot counts, and you'll see why. This is basically all of the base game animal pens. Say all of them. That's a sweeping statement, but without the large enclosures or the option to do custom enclosures. It just gives you a very standard basic bang, there you go, there's your base game animal pen without all the customization options and stuff. So you get a sort of enclosure like this rather than a big fenced in area, and I will show you what I mean. So we go into our build mode and we come down to our animals. So you'll see our cows. So our cow barn standard 254 grand 518 722. So here we are, 254 518 722. And it says stables without fences. This version is without a pasture. All three of those. And you can see the slot counts 20, 20, and then different amounts of animals. I think they're pretty much standard. So if I go to place one of those, it looks like that. The animals are inside the building. There's no pasture that comes with it. It comes just as the building. Customization options across the range, colour, etc. I'm not trying to, you know, not do the pack justice. There's just a lot of them. As you can see, there's 3 in there. If we come back to them, we go across to our horses. We've got, there you go, that one there, that one there. Under horses, we go to pigs. We got that one there and that one there. I've placed a pig one there, and you'll see what I mean. So this one there is the 164,000 one. This is the base game one. If I go to place that, you can see the difference. That's with the fenced in enclosure, which can then be made even bigger if you want to. This one is the same building itself, but just has a concrete enclosure at the front instead. If we then come to our sheep, there's our 2 sheep ones. If we go to look at one of those, so let's say they're just inside there with a concrete bit around the back rather than a pen. And again, customization options, solar panels on that one, yes or no. They don't all have colour options. Chickens. Actually, we don't have... oh, there's no chickens. Let me just double check me, make sure I haven't missed anything. But cows, pigs, horses, sheep and goats. Oh, there you go. So yeah, that's, you know, all the rest of the stuff is the same. Feed triggers, dialogue boxes are the same. Pigsty large, it will hold 250, just without the big old pasture pen type things. There we go. Stables without fences. Next, I'm going to show you in here. If we come up to front loader tools, we have got the pallet fork, the Quicke Palletforks. Just here, this is 0.92 megabytes download, 2 slots by Not Polar. Options of this: front loader or wheel loader attacher. I did get a set of these out just to double check to see if it had tension straps or anything. I mean, generally speaking, if they do, you can see the tension straps on them here. There's no colour options or colour choices. They come just as they are. Set of pallet forks, nice and straightforward. Next, we're going to go down to disc harrows, because we have got this here. This is the homemade disc harrow. This is by VuleX. 3.53 megabytes download, 3 slots, 3.2 meters wide. Options on this: we've got design colour, which changes all of that. Disc harrows are normally shallow cultivation, 95 horsepower required, 3.2 meters wide. Boom. Next we move on to, and this is under planters, the Kverneland Optima 5. This is 6.02 megabytes download, 4 slots, 4.5 meters wide by Mat 26. No options on it, comes just like that. 1,000 litres of fertiliser, 360 litres of seed, 70 horsepower required. It is not a direct drill. I did get one of these out just so we can see the unfold of it, and it has ridge markers. But obviously we have GPSs in game now, but if all the satellites fail, if your GPS system's not working and you want to go old school and use ridge markers, it's got ridge markers on it as well. Very nice indeed. So let's go and have a look at that. So here we have it in all its glory. It's a planter. I know. I'm going to say it. nicely made and detailed. Cover open and close, like so. Lights on the back, nice. 2, unfold, like so. See the ridge markers will then extend like that. L1 and up on the D-pad, left ridge marker, right ridge marker, or off again, and then it's a turn on, drop down and go. Like I said, it's not a direct drill, so you will need to have cultivated, ploughed or something first. And away we go with a little bit of nice bit of nodding animation from the various different elements on there. Awesome, the Kverneland Optima 5. Next we have got the Lizard trailer. Now I got one of these out just to double check on the silage situation. I always do, to see if we get the largest size. Is it a forage wagon only, or does it do everything? This will do everything. This does also have the option for tip side back, tip side grain door. You can see the grain doors. Then you've got the tip side doors. You can see the split up the middle there. So these two doors will open sideways. I'll show that in just a moment. And then we've got tip side parking, which raises it up a little bit, opens the back a little bit to allow drainage of water. It's in Fendt configuration at the moment. There are a few to look at. So this is the Lizard BB18B and the BB24TRD by HGmodel, Nico D55 and Nathaël. 42.42 megabytes download, 3 slots and 6 slots because there are 2 of. We've got this one there, double axle, that one triple axle. Options are pretty much the same on both. This one configuration is what standard, John Deere, classes same on both. Fendt, blue, yellow, white, black, back to standard. And then we got Michelin, BKT, Fleischstein, Nokian, Trelleborg, back again with a few different tyre options. Within those you can have a play around your heart's content, find something. So this one's 20,500, 26,250, 36,000 litre. And then this one, the triple axle, options are the same we've already seen, but this one does have the option with or without mudguards. And then we've got 24,500, 34,250 and 43,650 litres. For 38 grand, that's not bad capacity for the price, I have to say. And like I say, that does do everything. So in its Fendt configuration, if we change it to tip side missing info, we can just open them, open trailer doors, which does that. It doesn't have tension straps, but it does allow you to put other stuff in there, so you could pile stuff in the back if you wanted to. And then if we go tip-side parking, and then unload here, for example, that option that's showing, that looks like it's a pipe, hasn't got an auger, that's for the tractor. It's got a sunroof option. Even I was looking thinking, that's it, there you go. So it opens up a little bit, tips it a little bit to allow water to drain out when it's parked, if you want to go down that route. It's entirely up to you. So there we go. That will do. Just notice there's no sound effect. Conspicuous in its absence. There's normally clanking and things of pistons and whatnot. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not even on a complete close. Ooh. Next we've got this. So this is the Lizard PPB 1220D by Nico D55, 10.25 megabytes download and 6 slots. Bale trailer, you can find it on flatbed trailers, but bale transports as well. This is standard or auto load. I've got it on auto load. I've only done round bales. There are so many different bale sizes and that kind of stuff. It doesn't actually say in the description what it does. The description on it is very bare with this one as well. Just says category bale transport, price, weight, length 12 meters, auto load. So it doesn't mention how many bales or anything, so that'll be another one of fiddling around. Square bales, round bales, you will find your capacity. I think I've got 26 round bales, 150, so I mean, it does a few. So like I said, you can find it under flatbed trailers just there, or you can find it under bale transport. Well, we'll do it from here. So auto load, yes or no. You don't have to have auto load if you don't want to. We've got Continental and BKT are the two tyre choices. That's it. Additional lights, yes or no. Then we've got folding mechanism. There's quite a few of these. We've got 45 degree at the front, 90 degree. Then we've got 0, 0, so flat, 45 and 0, 90 and 0, then 45, 45, 90, 45, 90, 90. 002, it goes through another whole load. I won't read them all out. and then back to standard license plate option on there as well. So when we are ready to go, swivel front axle, as you can see, we have to unfold this first. So if you've gone for those options, he says, why did that not unfold? Unfold tipper, there we go, which does that. If I do it to operating position, not quite close enough apparently. That's interesting considering you've gone for the, I suppose if you've done it and you want to go manual loading, those two end bits, the 45s, usually, and this is again a sweeping statement, usually you'd have these, so round bales will sit up against those creels. There's all different things they're referred to as, but obviously in this auto load configuration it doesn't go right to the very ends, but if you did it manual it would. Then if we go to unload, we've got the option for unload bales. We can unload onto the trailer, or left stick L1, right stick side to side, and right stick up and down is our movement of our bales. There's nothing under R1 or L1 R1, no, just L1 right stick up and down, but they go quite high if we wanted to put them up on racking or something like that. Unload here, bomb, there we go, job done. The Lizard PPB1220D. Next we've got actually these are over here. Let's go over to there. They're all over here, bear with me a second. We have got the Grimme Evo 280 by 76 max, 34.32 megabytes download, 19 slots and 18 slots. There are two in this pack. Now they are, for all intents and purposes, identical is the wrong word. Same capacity, same slot count, same horsepower requirement. We've got the Evo 1 and the Evo 2. Slight differences in the design of them. As you can see, this one here is squared off, more boxy at the back. This one has got a more angled, rounder, but a more angular back. The backs of these as well, that goes across the back flat like that. This one extends like that, so this doesn't have covers and stuff here. The back bit extends to there with a bar, rather than all this bit that's all covered here. I mean, there's small details, but it's obviously details on the real ones. So you've got your Evo 1, Evo 2. These you'll find under potato harvesting. So potato technology, there you go, there's our Gen 1, there's our Gen 2. Gen 1's 195 grand, Gen 2's 180 grand. Not sure why there's a price difference, because if you look at the bottom to the right, nothing else is changing. 10,500 litres, 1.5 metre pickup, 200 horsepower required. Options on these, we have got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back again. The one that does have an option, we've got narrow tyres. You look at them, none of them are narrow. I'm assuming they just don't cause crop damage. Narrow 2, but yeah, they're not actually narrow tyres. And then the Gen 1, exactly the same thing. Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, back again. And like I say, it's a little bit easier if we jump into the tractor. You'll be able to see above them. They both do exactly the same thing. Yeah, it's just looking at that one's squarer there. That one's just got the angle bit at the back, really. There's a little bit on the back. Difference in the length of the skirt on the back. Pipe length seems to be the same. We've got adjustment on our bar. So once it's unfolded, we can adjust that. Have we got pipe adjustment? We should have pipe adjustment up and down with a curl at the top as well. So for whatever you're loading into. Lights. Beacons. Turn those off. Start it up. Drop it down. And there we go. It will harvest your potatoes. 10,500 litres. It's interesting because in the sorry, wrong one. If we come back to potato technology, base game we got the Evo 290, which is the newer version, I guess. 12,000 litre capacity. So it's just a slightly different sized version of that, really. Don't know what else to say about those. Yeah, and yeah, they're both there. There are going to be some other you know, if you're an aficionado of these, you're probably going to be shouting at the screen, and there's all sorts of things that are different. There may well be loads of things. It could be nuts and bolt type stuff, you know, that attention to detail. People that make mods that are passionate about a particular project, if they are making something absolutely perfect to how it is in the real world, it will be down to that nut and bolt precision. And there may be, like, you might find some of the hydraulics are slightly different, or there might be a different piston or a ram or a slightly different angle on something. To the layman, you'll look and think they look almost the same, but yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Anyway, moving on from there, that's the Grimme Evo 280. We have got this is the Fella TS800. This is 13.73 megabytes download, 6 slots, 8 meters wide by Hannoths. I got this. I don't always show windrowers and tedders because it's that, well, it's a windrow, it's a tedder, we know what they do. We don't get much Fella stuff. We get a lot of Pertinger stuff usually, but yeah, so we've got a Fella one, which I thought was quite nice. So we'll go to windrowers, just there, 12,495 for an 8 meter, not a bad price either. We've got decals new, decals used. It's a tiny little bit of difference. You've got a bit of a end of one clipped off. There's a little bit of a scratch on it. Not mega. It's not huge amounts of damage or anything like that. But you have got a difference in price there. And then unfold, you can see the tops aren't on, so you can park them under lower buildings, lower sheds, that kind of stuff. They're on the back. So when we unfold it, it will unfold, which is kind of what you want it to do. We'll put them on. Boom. There we go. Turn it on. Drop it down. It will still windrow like other windrowers. As you can see, it's doing the windrower thing. But like I say, we don't often get much Fella stuff, so I thought, why not? There we go. Oh, something I should point out, and I didn't at the start and should have done actually, because if people are waiting for it, they might be disappointed. The placeable objects from the Wompsville, New York pack. It says "and more" by DTAP Gaming. It's 142.55 megabytes download. That is not in this mod review. It's just not possible. The pack is absolutely massive. There's so much stuff in it. It's crazy, including placeable roller coaster build. There's all sorts of stuff. That, and I think you can build the pirate ship. There's all sorts of stuff. Playgrounds. All the stuff that came from the Wompsville maps. There were 3 of them. So yeah, that's not in mod review. Anyway, I need to crack on because we need to finish off what we have got on here. Next up then, we've got these. This is the Transtar II. This is by Schultz Modding. It is 20.52 megabytes download, 17 slots for the base version. And you might just think, well, yeah, but it's just it's a tweak on the original. Yeah, it's a tweak on the original, but look. Very nice indeed. So you'll find this under our trucks, and it is just there, the Transtar II. 45 grand for the base model. Again, pretty cool. And what's cool about this is you've got the day cab or sleeper cab, so you can pick which one you want to go for that. You've got 400 horsepower, 800 horsepower, or 1,600 horsepower. That's not bad at all. So that takes us to 80 grand. That's curious. Oh, it's because of all the extra options it's got. I'm thinking, hang on a minute, why is it so high? It said it was 40-something thousand, because some of the other options, and we obviously went for that as well. If we take off our day cab, a sleeper cab, sorry. Anyway, yeah, let's go up to the 1,600. We've got dual exhaust, yes or no. We've got intake design 1 or design 2 around this side. Like that. Sun shield, yes or no. Horn, yes or no. Then we've got additional lights, so it starts on 3. If you go to none, you've got design 1, design 2, design 3, puts all of them. Design colour, so at the moment it's paintable, which gives you the option to pick your colour choices. If we come down to here, you'll see main colour, we can go with whatever we want. Frame colour, let's go green, just so you can see. And then we've got rim colour option and licensed option as well. But if we come up to there, from paintable, we have got beige, so you've got the standard sort of base game version. Brown, like that. Black, I think that's quite cool. Red, that's the one I went for because that's awesome. And then back to paintable. So I do like that as well. Anyway, that all being said, something got attaches short. You got short without deck plate. You got long without deck plate. Those both have a fifth wheel attacher. We then got ×2. Takes off the fifth wheel. So you've got ×2 without deck plate, ×3 without deck plate. That gives you the option to add on things in the changing systems, you know, the various different backs that have support legs, you drive underneath them. Now, again, this doesn't actually say in the description. It says category trucks, price 45,000, power, maximum speed. It gives a load of pictures in the Modhub images, and it will do in your own Modhub as well, of various different backs and things on here, and there are a few different packs and things out from various different modders that I'm assuming this will attach to. I think we might have some VSR modding stuff, possibly some 82 Studio. I'm trying to think what we've got. Nothing came with this as a pack, so I just used one of the changing systems one, which I'll show in just a moment. But there are a few different images of things. I went for the ×3 without deck plate for the Annaberger stuff. But again, you'd have to fiddle around. Depends on what mod packs potentially went with. It doesn't say what mod packs it's compatible with, and we've already looked at the colour options on that as well. So we hop in this. It sounds great, as you might expect. Goes up to 99 miles an hour though, as well, when you've gone for the bigger horsepowers and whatnot. So lights, and then we don't have beacons on it. Interior. Oh. She's a beaut. Oh, it sounds just as good. I mean, you can't fault it, can you? But 99 miles an hour. So, like I say, I went for the X3, and that's one of the Annabergers. So again, we have had a few different things. If you come down to changing systems there, I just went for that. But I assume it'll work for any of them. There's no reason why it wouldn't do. It shows an image of one of those, I think, in the description. So, let's start this up. I didn't go for the high horsepower on this one, and you'll notice our top speed on this one's 74, so you can hook up to your backs. I have gone for a liftable axle on this one. Did I not show that as an option? R1, right stick up and down. Our liftable axle will go up and down. I have to say, it gets after it. I think on the base game one, I found sometimes it could be a little bit sluggish on the gear changes, but this seems to it's got a bit of giddy up to it. There you go. That is the Transtar II by Schultz modding. Next we move on to our last few mods selections of tractors. We've got these two. These are separate mods, but they're both by EY Modding. So we have got the John Deere 4320, 18.57 megabytes download, 8 slots. You'll find this under that category, small tractors, and it is just there. So we've got 102 horsepower or 130 horsepower for the diesel extra power. We've got Trelleborg, BKT. Oh, is it just Trelleborg and BKT on this one? Oh yeah, we've got a few different tractors, so I'm confusing my tyre choices. Yeah, just those two. So we've got Tricycle and the Trelleborg. Wheel weights. Tricycle 2, different rear tyre. Narrow tyres, wide tyres, rear twin. With Tricycle, rear twin, standard 2. Now, although that looks like it's a four-wheel drive, there's no drive shaft through to the front. I think it's just the tyres, and maybe it is supposed to be, but it doesn't have it on there. So we're now on standard 2 tyres. We'll whiz through these very quickly. Back to standard. Front fender, yes or no. We've got cab, canopy, full cab, back off again. I went full cab. Front weight, yes or no. We've got exhaust, standard or chrome stack. Front loader attacher, Quicke, Harrow or John Deere. And license plate option on there as well. Now I'm going to just double check something in a second. So that's that one. We'll have a look at it in just a second. And also by EY Modding, we've got the John Deere AO and AR. This is 7.36 megabytes download and 5 slots. We've got the AO and we've got the AR. Both 26 horsepower. License plate option. that's that one. What I'm just going to double check is under front loaders, did this come with... No. I know one of the images showed it a front loader, a John Deere front loader, and I suddenly thought, oh, hang on a minute, I hope I haven't missed something. I don't think I did. So, start it up. There's our lights. I don't think we've got doors or windows or anything on this one. And again, it depends which option you've gone for. Whether you've gone for tricycle and that kind of thing. There you go. It's interesting because I'm sure we had one of these from someone else, didn't we? I seem to recall driving it and probably saying the same thing. How cool I thought it was, because it sounds awesome. Offset steering wheel, look at that. It's very, very low horsepower on it, 26. So you're not going. There's not a lot of equipment in game you'll be able to use with it. But you might want to decide you wanted to put on a little tractor show. You might be running a John Deere dealership and you want one out the front. I don't know. Or you might just be a big John Deere fan. In which case, there you have it. So the John Deere 4320 and the John Deere 80 and 8R. Next, we've got the John Deere 6R series. This is by Hispano, 34.72 megabytes download, 18 slots. You will find this under medium tractors, and it is just there. 233,500 for the base model. We've got 280 horsepower, 300 horsepower. Those are our two choices. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and back. I'll show you one of the Trelleborgs, and then you can play around to your heart's content. Standards, wheel weights, wides, widen weights, rear twin, twin, back to standard. I think it's pretty much the same across all of them. There's no lizards or anything like that. Front wheel fenders, yes or no. Beacon light starts on left and right. You left only, right only, none at all, back to both. Then you've got window tinting 0, 25, 50, 75 or 100%. Front loader attacher, John Deere, Quicke, Harrow or not. Main colour, anything on that pallet, does all that. Front fenders, if you want to change the front fender colour, like that. Rear fender colour, you can do as well. We've then got engine grid. Let's go with orange. There you go. Engine grid on the front. Rear view mirrors, you can colour code them, match them, change them. It's up to you. Rim colour and license plate option on there as well. So, jump in, start it up. Beacons, lights. Now this one, we come inside L1, right stick side to side, does that mirror. Right stick up and down, does that mirror. That's it as far as options go for doors, windows, that kind of thing. And there you have it. The John Deere 6R series. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for this mod review. And it's this one just here. This is the CaseIH Steiger 4-wheel drive by Hispano JHHG modding. 34.48 megabytes download and 14 slots. It's a bit of a beastie. Didn't we have... let me just double check this. The other week we had the New Holland T9 series, didn't we? Yeah, we did. I suddenly thought, as I was going through looking at the options, I thought this seems very familiar, and I think that's probably why. Anyway, this is under large tractors down the bottom there. So if you're looking at the, obviously the 715 goes up much higher on the horsepowers, but it's the very, very latest whiz bangery. But there you go, 402 grand. So you got the 470. We've got 524 horsepower. We've then got 558, 613. 647, 692 horsepowers. Does put the price up a little bit, to be fair, but you've got a fair bit of horsepower going on there. We've got Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Lizards. So I've shown the Trelleborg. I think all of them have got a twin and twin wheels and weights. That's it. Just try Michelin. Yep. The only one that is different is the lizards, because we've got the bigger LSWs, and you can have those with doubles, which I think is what I went for if you want to. Beacon lights, start on left and right, left only, right only, none at all, back on. Window tinting, same thing, 0, 25, 50, 75, 100%, or back off. Attachers on the back, 3-point, or just the trailer hitch attacher if you don't want 3-point on there. Actually doesn't make any difference on price, so it will run both anyway. Main colour, anything on that pallet does all of that. Design colour does all of that. Engine grids does that. Rear view mirrors, again you can mix and match if you want to, so you can do your mirrors as well. Interior, if you want to change the interior colour you can. Seat colour, let's go green on that as well. There you go. Does the bits on the seat in the middle. Rim colour and license plate option on there as well. This is the same as, I say the same as, it's not the same tractor obviously, but options wise, start that up. We go inside this one. L1, right stick side side, does that mirror. Right stick up and down, does that mirror. Nice. Actually better do the old horn, beacons, lights. We always go through those settings. It's a big unit. And there you have it. The CaseIH Steiger 4-wheel drive by Hispano JHHG modding. And that's it for this mod review. I hope you found all of this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then of course please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching.